All right, hey class, welcome to week 12. We are in the final stretch of the semester, which is crazy. I can't believe, I think next week is already Thanksgiving. It's insane how fast, this whole semester has flown by. So I want to talk for a minute about where we've come so far. So I am in the process of finishing up your lit reviews. I'm through most of them, so the rest of you should have them back from me within the next couple days. And for the most part, I'm really impressed. Now, a lot of you have really been able to kind of capture the current conversation surrounding the issue that you're interested in. You've done a good job in synthesizing those things and talking to me about, what the current issue is and how people are discussing it within your field. So I've been really happy with that. Now, what I want to say as we move forward is I want you to think about this project, this interview component, and talking to, a professional in the field, not just as an assignment, which I know is easy for me to say as I'm the one assigning it, but also as a way to start to build relationships within the community that you want to join. So if you are diligent about this could be a good person to contact in the future for letters of recommendation or for advice or for help, things like that. And so this is really a good way to reach out and actually start to make connections probably well before other people in your same situation might be doing those things. And so I just kind of want to review Project 4 real quick for any of you that, kind of glossed over the video last week or whatever. So essentially what we'll be doing is we will be conducting an interview with someone in your field, trying to learn more about the ways that people communicate, about the things that are important to them, and to kind of make this into a presentation of sorts. And so essentially what you're doing is you're continuing the work that you've been doing all semester, especially in Project 1 where you started to identify genres used by people in the field. Now you're going to be exploring those and kind of talking to us about them. So take a look at the prompt if you haven't had a chance to yet, and make sure that you are up to date on those things. So for this week, we've got a couple things going on. Well, really, there's only like one main thing going on. Finalize your interviews. So reach out to those people and try to talk to someone if you haven't already. Questions you should be asking are the same kind of questions we were asking in Project 1. What are some important tools that you use to communicate? How would you describe those tools? Why do you use those particular tools? What do they allow you to do? Things like that. And so then what I want you to do for this week is I want you to start to acquaint yourself with the style of presentation that you'll be doing. Now, I put this video on here, how and why to give what's called an Ignite Talk. So an Ignite Talk is just a 5-minute presentation using, some sort of visual aid to help you discuss your research in progress or whatever topic it is that you might be tackling. Now, obviously, because this is an online class, we can't get up in front of each other and present. And so what you'll do is you will use, some sort of video recording software to kind of record yourself talking about your research. Now, I'll go into more depth about that in its own. Sorry, my dog is being weird. What are you doing? Come here. I'll go into more depth about the actual process of making that video in a separate video that I'll upload. But there are various ways to do it. For example, there's what I'm doing right now, which is using a free software called Screencast-O-Matic. There's ways to do it in PowerPoint. Again, so there's a couple different techniques that we can use that I will walk you through later on this week. But for now, just watch this video and get a feel for what one looks like. And so what you'll notice that as this person talks is that he's very focused in what he's saying. He's not going off in any tangents. He's using some visual aids that convey some information or support what he's saying. And it's just kind of a quick in and out presentation. So you'll be surprised at how quickly you can fill 5 minutes. Like for example, this video is already almost 5 minutes. And so I want you to watch this video, get a sense of what that's going to be, continue doing your interviews. And the last thing that we have up for this week is your Blog 7, which is just asking you to develop some sort of kind of coding system. And again, so all I'm asking you to do here is to build off the work you did in Project 2, where you kind of color-coded your research or whatever. And so for this blog, I want you to develop your own code. It can be anything from a color-coded scheme to keywords and phrases that you use to organize your research. Using this code, it could be the same one that you used in Project 2 for your Cornell notes. I want you to identify themes within your research. In other words, identify places of overlap between the 3 different genres you've identified in Project 4. So basically, what you'll be doing for this is you'll, as part of Project 4, identify 3 major genres used by your community. These could be the same genres that you identified in Project 1, or they could be new genres. Whatever you think is most appropriate. You will kind of break them down, like the components, what are the major components of each one, and then just kind of note or highlight or annotate any overlap you see. So for example, if I were to look at an academic website versus an academic article, I'm going to see some overlap. There might not be the same kind of formal language, but there's probably going to be research in both. And so that's kind of an example of what I'm looking for. So just look at the 3 different genres you want to talk about in Project 4, and just kind of note any, and kind of in this blog, jot down any overlap that you see. And so that's what we've got going for this week. Like I said, I will upload another video later on towards the end of the week that walks you through how to make an Ignite presentation. But for now, just concentrate on trying to contact someone in your field, and we will be good to go. All right, guys. Talk to you later.